All right, Mudslinger 50 or 82. Uh, how you doing? Grey Ghost. We've got Portolana. What's going on? Hands Hot First. Be Nasty. ETU Up Spike. Miss Charles. UGA Chris. Demigod. Sally Gonzalez. What's going on? Gary, how you guys doing? I hope you guys are having a great Tuesday. Waiting for everybody to come in here and making sure we're all good. All right, so got the big thumbs up from Art. Welcome, guys. Titan Talk Tuesday with me, John, CEO and owner of Titan Medical Center. I'm giving you guys a show every week, and I have been for years now, helping you guys out with any questions, answers to anything you guys have about what we do here at Titan Medical Center, or how we can help you feel better, look better, and perform better. Everything from hormone replacement therapy, medical weight loss, vitamin amino acid injectable therapies, rejuvenation detox, libido enhancers, peptide therapies, blood work nationwide, and a lot more. So there's a lot of information we can cover. So whatever you guys are trying to do, get lean, put more muscle on, sleep better, feel better, have more energy, have better skin elasticity, and anti-aging and all that good stuff, please shoot me out the questions. We'll go over them together. What's going on? Said Jordan Man's in the house. Dave Place, excuse me. Gary Helmers, Chris Fournier, what's going on, dude? Zone A3, what's up? How you doing? And everybody that's joining me on TikTok, I can see 11 people join on there, and I can't see all their names. Mint, Pause, how you guys doing out there? IBB Pro Neil, what's going on? So, we've got a lot to talk about. First, before we get into it, because I didn't get to do it yesterday. Obviously, I put a post up for it, but never forget 9/11 happened September 11th, 2001. I'll never forget where I was at, and it's affected our country dramatically. It brought us all together. That's the only good thing I could say. I think we need to be together like that now, like we were before, but that's just not in the cards, I guess. But our deepest condolences to the families, the heroes, everybody that gave their lives, and everybody that was a part of that tragic event. So it's a big deal, and we should never forget about it. So I just wanted to bring it up one more time. I know it's not September 11th still, but it was just yesterday, and I want to make sure that you guys were all on the same page with me. All right, so let's get into this. I got a great topic for you guys. Obviously, the first topic of the day is going to be our therapy of the week. So therapy of the week this week is going to be AOD 9604. We have this injectable, we have this oral peptide weight loss therapy, and AOD stands for anti-obesity drug 9604. So at that point, that's exactly what it's supposed to do. Now, it's a 176 amino acid sequence. So you might hear of the fragment of GH 176. So what it has is 176 amino acid sequence, instead of the 191 amino acid sequence that growth hormone has. Now, this has all the great properties of growth hormone's weight loss function in this, without any of the negative side effects and the growth function of growth hormone. So at that point, this is great. Now, it works in really two main ways to get you lean, stay lean, and get your weight loss going. Two different ways. One, lipolysis. So basically, you're talking about burning fat that's inside the body and using it as energy, and lipogenesis. So at that point, you are consuming calories, but they are not storing. They are getting used as energy too as well. So you should be furnacing these things through as far as fuel-wise, whether it's calories that are on your stomach already or in your body, or calories that you're eating. This will definitely help out in that way. There's no stimulant effect to this, so pretty much anybody can take it as far as that goes. So it's got GRAS status, generally regarded as safe from the FDA. So there's a lot of great things with AOD 9604. This can help somebody that needs to lose 2 pounds, right, and be perfect weight, or needs to lose 20 pounds. We do have some more advanced weight loss medications like semaglutide, tirzepatide, but this is a good one, and this won't cause nausea or anything like that, possible nausea or possible sickness or paralysis of the stomach. But what this will do is you have to take this injection or oral therapy every day for it to work. So at that point, you have to be a little more consistent than some of the other ones that some people I think are going to get spoiled with because you only have to do it one time a week. All right. if you want this peptide therapy. This peptide therapy does not require blood work. So all you have to do is call or text 727-389-3220 and tell them you want to get on the AOD therapy. All you have to do is fill out your new patient paperwork. You'll see our medical provider via video conference. And then from there, they can go over this therapy and any of our other therapies that might benefit you to reach your goal or to make you feel better. And at that point, if you don't know what they are, that's okay. You just tell our medical provider what the issues are, and they'll give their best recommendation for you of what therapies would be best for your regimen to help you hit your goals, to feeling amazing, right? To be able to feel amazing. That's what it's all about. All right, here. If we don't got no questions, I think my thing is stuck.
Got a couple.
Ooh, mine's stuck.
Yeah, Holding Outlaw's on.
Holding Outlaw, what's going on, brother?
Shauna's on there.
How you doing? Shauna Purcell, how you doing? Omar Jack, I am Lauder Fitness. Cianj 10, Elda Kareem, Joey 99, Lupe 87, Glow by Nikel, big shout out Chicago, Accelerate Aesthetics. So you need to get down here. You're gonna open this thing up down here. What? I got the spa waiting. Come on, you already told me you're gonna get down here. Let's go. Rob D. Nielsen, what's going on? Esther Trujo, Greg Rollins, Jen Fit, what's going on? How you guys doing today? Hi, Habla Espanol. I'm sorry, I don't speak Spanish. I did take 3 years of it in high school. I could say some words, but I can't hold a conversation anymore. I'm being honest. I'm sorry. I need to learn, though. Obviously, there's a big influx of people that speak Spanish in Florida and the United States. So, I mean, it'd be a benefit, right? So I see some of these kids, like my niece, and, she's probably as white as you can get. At that point, what's cool, though, is that she goes to school, and she goes to school up north. And at that point, she goes to school, and the school is a private school. And the private school does this, and I think it's great. I really do. So half of the morning, they speak English, and the other half of the day, they speak Spanish. So it gives you don't have the out, right? I'll learn it later. Or whatever. No, this is cool because it puts them right in the mix, and it forces them to learn. I am Louder in Fitness. I appreciate you guys. We appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming on here, too, as well. Thank you. Eddie O, what's going on? How you guys doing? If you guys have any questions, let me do. AOD 9604 in stock, yes. So AOD 9604 is definitely in stock in the pharmacies. You can utilize that therapy. Might be some delay in shipping times, but as far as that goes, yes, it's definitely in stock and ready to rock and roll. Just so you guys know, too, as well. Type Medical Center doesn't make therapies here or hold therapies, except for like our vitamin injectables for like IVs and stuff. But we don't hold stock of testosterones or anything like that. That comes directly from the pharmacy, shipped directly to you guys. So at that point, you guys know that. Most people do, but some people don't. And I always like to let people know. We have new people joining all the time in these lives. So I feel like I'm repeating myself in some instances, but some people really don't know the information. They ask me the question anyway. So I'd rather just be upfront with you guys and straightforward so you guys know all the information that's coming at you guys. All right, so let's talk about this one. This is kind of crazy. FDA warns CVS and others against selling unapproved eye products. Really crazy. So, if you guys have not seen and in the news, in the last month and a half, there has been eye drops that have been causing severe damage to people's eyes. And some of these were approved, but they had something in them that were causing people to go blind and such. So, if you guys know, CVS or Walgreens or whatever it is, usually when you go down their aisles, Publix has it too for their food. They have their own generic version, right? And at that point, that version might not be approved by the FDA. So this is what's happening. And basically these eye care products addressing the FDA letters to these companies are illegally marketed to treat conditions like conjunctivitis, cataracts, glaucoma. The agency said adding that such drug pose an increased risk to users as they can bypass some of the body's natural defenses. This is kind of crazy. And the big issue is that, some of these eye products can actually cause severe or permanent damage. Some of these types of eye products were labeled to contain silver. The FDA said that adding the long-term use of drugs containing silver can cause some areas of the skin and other body tissues, including in the eyes, to permanently turn gray or blue-gray. So CVS on Tuesday said it stopped the sale of its pink eye relief eye drops, and that customers who purchase the product can return to the company's pharmacy and get a full refund. So it's kind of crazy. You know what the funny thing is that my mother-in-law and her mother both have this. It's really crazy. It's like their pupils are almost gray, and then they have a blue ring around it. And their eyes were naturally not like that. It turned into that. So it's just crazy. I don't know, maybe they've used some of these or different things. Among other companies, the FDA also pulled a Silsman asking the privately held Swiss drug maker to meet relevant safety limits for levels of diethylene glycol or ethylene glycol, two common contaminants in some medicines. They can lead to lethal poisoning at higher levels. So you're talking about even killing you possibly. I mean, this is really, really crazy. That, and we talked about this before. Just because you can buy it over the counter does not mean it's safe or good for you. This has happened in so many products, especially as we keep getting smarter and we are looking at some of these different things. You would think that these agencies wouldn't let these even go on the shelves, right? But usually things go on the shelves. They get past a lot of these different gatekeepers until something happens. And then something happens, and then the gatekeepers come out in full force to try to regulate. But the problem is people already get hurt by that time. And, we should really want to protect people. I mean, when you go into somewhere and you buy something like this, especially from a pharmacy, you would expect it to be safe, even if it's over the counter like eye drops or such. So at that point, they're going to get 15 days to respond. Walgreens and Similacin did not respond to the letters from the FDA. They got 15 days to respond. And you best believe they will definitely respond. They should, because there'll be permanent violations from the FDA. And you don't want that. It's like a black eye per se, right?
Also, product seizure.
Yep. Product seizure and court orders requiring the companies to stop manufacturing and distributing an unapproved product. So when you get one of these letters from the FDA, you stop immediately. Immediately. It is what it is. You're never going to win against Uncle Sam, I promise you guys. They got all the money and all the time in the world. All right. So, next one. Apple's iPhone 15 has a USB-C, a 48 megapixel camera, and a dynamic island. Super excited about this. I was doing other things today. I was busy, and I missed this. So Apple event went on today, and they revealed the Apple iPhone 15. So many people out there are excited. So many people out there don't care. So many people are like, hey, listen, I'm an Android person. I'm never going to switch. You guys suck over at Apple. But I can tell you this. Every year, Apple upgrades these phones. There's new features and new things that really excite me and really help me business-wise and personal-wise. So, we talk about Apple iPhones. We're talking about a 48 megapixel camera. It's almost like a DSLR camera. And, iPhone's videos and cinematic and sports mode kick the crap out of anything that I've seen. Really, unless it's super expensive. Even the super expensive video cameras that I've seen, $30,000. I would rather do it with my iPhone. I mean, it is what it is. It's a lot easier. You can maneuver it. You put it in your pocket. I mean, at that point, you can grab great pictures, videos, stills, whatever you want to do, and then you can send them too right from it. So it's really awesome. But the big thing that I think that's going to be the big change for everybody out there is them changing the charger port. So the charger port, excuse me, the charging port from iPhone 5 to now, right, which is the 14, is a lightning charger. They're going to change over to find into the USB-C, which I think, they're a little bit behind on because most of the other cell phones out there have USB-C. We know that, it's going to charge faster, it's going to transport data quicker, all that good stuff. So it's actually a benefit to have the USB-C. Carry more power, audio, video. USB-C Apple Watch charger cable will let you power up your watch via your iPhone battery. That's pretty cool. So you got your phone, your watch is dying, you hook it up to your phone, and it starts charging. I mean, that's super cool, man. Displays are changing. So like last year, the iPhone 15 and 15 Plus included 6.1 and 6.7 inch displays. The big change this year that the notch is gone, replaced by the so-called dynamic island. So I can't wait to see this. So the dynamic island was first brought to us on the iPhone 14 last year. But this is going to be great. I mean, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be a lot easier. There's going to be a better processor. There's also going to be more storage involved in these. Now, when we get to the camera, we're talking 48 megapixel camera. And then, at that point, we're going from I think it was 24 megapixels last year. Is what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they doubled it.
24 to 48. That's huge. And storage space. Even for me, I need more storage. All the videos, pictures, all that good stuff, and the long ones too. If I have 30-minute shows on there, I mean, think about how much data that holds. So if you're using this for business, it's great. I mean, even for your regular business, structuring your day, your alarms, when you're supposed to be doing things, all that good stuff goes right along with what you need for sure, 100%. All right, so that is going to be great. Now, I didn't see the date exactly of when it's going to drop. I mean, this, the event, they always do it. Usually it's next month in October, but we'll see. The iPro 15 Max, that is going to be something that's going to be a little bit different, and I might purchase one this year. The reason is that it's supposed to have an even better camera than the iPhone 15 Pro. And it is bigger, right? So for me, it's not really functional for me to be able to call on it. But for what we're going to be doing with it, shooting video and pictures with one of them, that would definitely be a good one to utilize. So I'm really, really excited about this. It's going to be really, really cool. And it's going to be awesome. I mean, I'm just super excited about this all the way around. I think it's going to be great. And, I'm looking forward to the new iPhone 15, 100%. All right, weekly poll. What would you be interested in medical weight loss? Would you be interested in medical weight loss if it could be taken by pill? 41% said. I need another ECA. All right. If it were self-administered as a weekly injection, 59% of people said that. So more people said they would take one weekly injection than a pill. Hey, semaglutide, tirzepatide, you guys are good to go. All right, upcoming Titan events, 9/15 and 9/16. So this week, St. Pete Art and Fashion Week. We will be down in St. Petersburg Friday and Saturday. Can't wait to get down there. Friday is the VIP event. Saturday will be the runway fashion show. I cannot wait. Presented by Titan Medical Center. We're one of the main designers. We just got our clothes back today for the models. I can't wait to put it on them, see what fits, and who's going to wear what. It's going to be awesome. It's always a good time. We always do it great. I will, Mark. Trust me. I've been up since like 5:30 this morning. It's every day. It's 5:30 a.m. and I wake up, man. So it's all good. And I don't go to sleep till probably about 12:31. I'm working. But, hey, no excuse. Got to work. Got to do it. Got to grind. All right. So join us this weekend. 10-2, the HART Employee Health Fair at the Hillsborough Area Regional Transit Headquarters. Can't wait for that. We're going to do freebie 12 shots, I think, for that. I always like to be a part of the health fairs. Anybody that's looking to improve their health, Titan Medical Center is here for you. All right, after that, we have the Hurricane Pro on 10/21 in St. Petersburg at the Coliseum. Big shout out to Tim Garner and Tim Garner Productions. 11/2 to 11/5, we're down in Orlando for Olympia 2023. Cannot wait. 11/19, we have Festival of Speed, the Ritz-carlton in Orlando, and we're going to be announcing Cars and Couture and when that's going to be. So, can't wait. It's going to be awesome. Good times, good times. All right, so we have a question. Aren't you worried someone might inject themselves wrong and possibly die from an air bubble? Okay. So, Paul, we're approaching 11 years. Thank God nothing like that's ever happened. Now, usually, they're going to inject with an insulin needle if it's vitamin, amino acid. The only way they're going to use a bigger needle, a longer needle per se, is going to be with a testosterone injection that's oil-based. And you're usually not going to hit, what has to happen so you understand this. So, if you have an insulin needle, right, it's one of the smaller needles, and let's say you're going to draw up whatever it is, IGF-1, HCG, whatever. You draw it in there. And you have a couple little bubbles in there. Now you're flicking at the top, and you're trying to get the bubbles out, but there's still this one little one in there. You're not going to die from that. You're going to inject that subcutaneous. It's not going to go into a blood vessel, and that's what it is. You'd have to put it directly into a vein and shoot air into the vein for you to die, just so you know that. So at this point, I'm not really worried about that because we don't have any injectables that you're going to shoot in your vein intravenously. And if you are going to get an IV intravenously, it's going to be by one of our nurse practitioners hooking you up to it. So at that point, they're going to be doing what they need to do to make sure everything is okay, right? But no, not worried about this. Usually in the glute and stuff like that, they're not going to hit any blood vessels or veins in there. They're going to go directly in a vein. So at that point, I don't think they're going to have any issues. We don't have any issues. We haven't had any issues. Please to God, let there not be any issues with that, because that would be horrible, right? We don't want anything like that to happen. So that's it, guys. That's a show. I got a staff meeting here with all our staff. That's going to be fun. And, all right, so Murder Hess, excuse me. I'm 43 and really considering TRT, but don't know too much about it. How does it work? Also cost. Okay, Murder Hess. So 43 years old, I'm 42. If you haven't had your blood levels checked, that's the first step. So we would set up a blood test for you in your area, and you'd go in and we get the results and everything like that. But that would be the first thing I would see. I would say, listen, where are my levels at? I want to know that first. Because, listen, they're still good. If they're at 900 and 43 years old, don't touch them. But if they're, 367 or 400 and you're having some symptoms, I would definitely think about doing it. But first step with Titan Medical Center would be calling or texting us. We set you up for blood work, get your blood work done. Once you had that back, we set you up for a provider consultation with the medical provider. If you're not here in the state of Florida, we do it via video conference, which is recorded. At that point, they would, the medical provider would go through all your health history, your family history, your symptoms, and what your goals are and you're trying to achieve. Plus, we would be looking at your blood work and correlate that along with the symptoms and see what therapies or regimens might be good for you. If it's low testosterone, obviously they would talk to you about testosterone replacement therapy, adding on the add-back therapy of clomiphene to make sure your testicles don't shrink, and an aromatase inhibitor to make sure you don't have high estrogen levels. And then the cost. So the cost is usually between $225 and $375 monthly. It just all depends on what you're prescribed, where you're located, and all that good stuff. So that's the ballpark figure. It'll never go over $375. It'll never go under $225. So you know that right up front. And that's not with the blood work or the provider visit. That's medication cost per month. Okay? And if that's a $375, that's not just testosterone. You're getting testosterone, you're getting your aromatase inhibitor, you're getting your add-back therapy for your gonads. So gonadal support, like in clomiphene, kisspeptin, or we even offer HCG for an upgrade. And then your shipping, your medical review, everything out the door, needles, syringes, all that good stuff is included in that one price. So you guys would have that for you. All right? All right, guys, I think that's it. Can I get TRT at 20? I'm sorry. We only accept at 21. And you know what? If you're young, right? If you're 20 years old. Hawk Squad, big shout out to you, bro. All right, so if you're 20 years old and, you think you have low testosterone, one, I would get blood work. After that, you want to try something that's going to kick on your natural production. You're very young, 20 years old, right? I'm 42, so I'm 22 years older than you. And I'm not the oldest. But I'm telling you, that's a long time in between, like 22. So I'd be 2 years old when you were just getting born. And at that point, you have a long time on this earth. So if you can naturally stimulate it, do that. Run on your natural genetics and your body for as long as you possibly can. We know there's going to be a certain time in your life where you're going to start getting deficient and be on the decline. And at that point, that is when you start supplementing in and replacing and optimizing the levels that you need to. So that would be my thing for you. I would try like in clomiphene or HCG or something like that, if your levels are low, to try to stimulate your natural production to kick back on a little bit better. And if that doesn't work, then listen, you've tried everything, and then you can go there and say, listen, I know I've tried every possible option, and none of these options have worked for me. Okay? You're welcome, Paul. No problem, man. I love answering your guys' questions. Anything I can do to help, I definitely would. It was a great question. Because people do think that. They're like, man, if there's an air bubble, then I'm going to inject it in myself and I'm going to die. And, you just got to know a little bit. And that's fine. Listen, we're always learning. Even me. I learn something new every day, and I love it. Every day. Every day I learn either a new word, I learn something about a new trade. I mean, something out there. I always want to learn. I want to expand my memory. I want to expand my education. And I want to expand everything that I'm doing. So that's what I'm doing. How are you doing? I'm doing great. Doing great. Harry, how you doing? Lions Den, how you doing? Coach, how you doing? Miguel, how you doing? MO5T. All right, guys. So I think I'm going to leave you on that tip. I appreciate you guys so much for joining for Titan Talk Tuesday. Every Tuesday. And I usually go at 6 p.m. I went early today because I have a staff meeting. I didn't make anybody aware. I just want to see who's going to tune in. That's all right. But I feel bad for the people that did not make aware that always do tune in. So big shout out to you guys. You guys are seeing this on the repeat. Love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And I'll be back next Tuesday with another Titan Talk Tuesday with me, John, CEO of Titan Medical Center, here to answer all your questions, concerns, and help you guys feel better, look better, and perform better every single day. Let's go. Hope you guys have a great